Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time is Zillow Live Free Sports Picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and over at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show here for today. All right, with us today is Tony Brown from Las Vegas, Big Al McMordie, Ninos, Millz Young will sign in a little later, and Shane Mickle is with us as well. And here's how they'll line up for this evening: McMordie, Brown, Mickel, Ninos, Young, and then I will close this one out. I'll be flying solo here as Chris moves to the morning. So let's go ahead and let's get the show underway. Let's welcome Big Al McMordio. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium, where he's doing fantastic, where he's just broken 4,000 units for 2022 over on the site. So let's bring him in right now. I think we got Big Al ready to roll here. Here we go. Big Al McMordio. Big Al, how you doing?
Doing well, although last night I was a little annoyed. The free play we gave out here from the premium side of things lost, and I was 5-1 yesterday, and the one game I give out here to the drive-thru folks lost, so I'll look to make amends today. I apologize for the Angels last night.
All right, we'll see. Let's make amends indeed. All right, here's a good one tonight here, 8:30 Eastern Time. The Heat here to host the Celtics. Boy, we've seen this line come down here. Heat now 1.5. You do your shopping, you can find some ones in some places at the total 207.
And it's even pick 'em at the Westgate right now. Wow. So it's really come down from the 3.5 where it sat earlier. Still, I'm going to take the road team here at Boston Celtics. A lot of things favor Boston. Some things go against Boston, which is one of the reasons why it's not a premium play for me tonight, and I'm just using it as a free play. But some of the things that do favor Boston in this game, Tony, you've got the Celtics are now 7-0 ATS their last 7 games off a straight-up loss. Meanwhile, Miami at home versus a revenge-minded foe off a loss. They're 12-29 ATS their last 41. And when I handicap playoff games, one of the things I like to do is take really good teams if they trail in a series and they haven't yet won a game in this series, so they're down 1-0, 2-0, or 3-0. And when you get really good teams with win percentages of 620 or more, those teams, if they trail in that series and haven't yet won a game, they're 160 and 107 ATS, including 93 and 54 ATS if they lost by double digits in their previous game. So that favors Boston here. The things that kind of go against Boston, one of the things I really don't like taking game 2 road favorites or even underdogs of less than 2 points, which Boston is here. The home dogs in the game 2s actually do well, and the small favorites in game 2 actually do well at home. So that kind of tempers my enthusiasm for the Celtics, but I'm still going to take the Celtics here plus the 1-1.
All right, big point here, Celtics plus 1.5. Pick them. You actually get the best numbers. You need to have multiple outs, no doubt about that today, especially in this NBA and any of the leagues out there. Big Al, have you tracked like these late steam moves when we've seen these numbers swing here? This is what was 4, I think, a few days. Right when it opened, right, was at 4. That's at the Westgate. That's almost a 4-point move here on a playoff. I know there's been some injury news, but that's quite a bit of movement.
Yeah, I mean it's generally injuries. I mean that's and so no, I don't track it because it's so injury dependent these days. It's kind of pointless.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, Big Al here on the Celtics here, plus 1.5 to your shopping here against the Miami Heat. This one will have a start time here of 8:30 Eastern Time. This one's on ESPN. The basketball's in ESPN. The hockey is on TNT. All right, Big Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium here for tonight's action. Look at this, over 4,000 units of profit for 2022. Big Al's been on a tear here the last 30 days, 2,500 units of profit. We got still 3 primetime games from baseball, 2 from hockey, 1 from the NBA. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, I cashed my baseball play earlier today, so no more baseball left. Just had the daytime selection. I've got 1 play in hockey. I've also already posted my Preakness Stakes winning info, and faithful followers know I'm really good at the track and the Triple Crown races. We cashed the Kentucky Derby, so we look to make it 2 in a row with the Preakness Stakes. It's available right now. And the best deal of all is, of course, to team me up with one of the other champion handicappers here under the 2-for-1 handicapper special, enjoying for a week or a month or a year.
That's right, guys. Got on board with Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs Premium. Look at these numbers. 4,093 units of profit. Having a monster past 30 days here. 2,500 units of profit. Good time to get on board with Big Al. He's got his red hot Preakness Stakes winner up here. Come off a Kentucky Derby winner there over there on the site. Of course, you can get on board with Big Al, as you mentioned, the long-term passes. Now, 1-month passes are really good value right now. Get all of Big Al's premium plays here for 1 month. Now let's take it right to the end of the NBA playoffs. The NBA Finals beginning around June 2nd. We should be over by, June 18th or June 18th of the NBA Finals. That should be over by then, so that'll include every pick here from the NBA Finals. as well as the NHL Stanley Cup Finals. You'll get probably a few picks there from the finals there when you get the 1 month pass. A lot of his baseball as well. Don't forget that Preakness winner up there, and I'm sure Big Al will be in action in the Belmont as well, right?
Unless I don't like anything. But,
that's right.
That's pretty rare. I don't force plays, as you know, but yeah, I should have something in the Belmont. There's always going to be some horses with value.
Yeah, a lot of horses value. A lot of them are just cherry picking the Belmont, hoping to beat some Tide runners and get some money there in that race. So good time getting on board here with Big Al. You see the numbers. That 1 month pass is a great value right now over at Pick Dogs. You go to his handicapper page and get signed up. You can add a second capper with a 2-point capper promotion, even greater value there. All right, Big Al, as always, great having your show. Continue your success. We'll talk with you again next week. But I know you also contribute to the weekend shows.
Yeah, Saturdays and Sundays, 10 a.m. Eastern Time on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel with Mitch and all the other handicappers. So I'll be there again this weekend.
All right, tune in this weekend.
How come we don't see you on the weekend show, Tony?
I do. I'm out hiking or I'm still asleep. I'm in bed by 2:33 in the morning. You don't see what time these emails go out to you guys?
Oh, look at me. I have to work all night and I don't get to sleep until after the show.
Oh,
so I don't know what your excuse is.
I gotta sleep right at 3 o'clock when I finish my work. It's about when I go to bed. I don't know how you can stay up from 3 to 6.
Oh my God,
that's
crazy.
That's a tough one. I'll try and I'll say try. It's been hard to do that, But yeah, I do hike in the mornings on Saturdays. That's my one time I go out and enjoy nature, So
no, that's I wish I was there with you.
Exactly.
Okay, I will talk to you on Wednesday. Thanks so much, Tony, for your good work.
You got it, as you too. Big Al McMordie here on the drive through. Let's continue on here with the coverage. Here, Tony Flying Soul. Of course, Chris moves to the morning show. Of course, you can catch that morning show Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. each time. Of course, the weekends at 10 a.m. as well with Mitch and Brian Bittler and Chris. Of course, a lot of the cappers from the drive through will join them in their round tabletop format. Let's continue on here on the drive through. We're going to head out to Las Vegas, Nevada right now. Let's welcome in Tony Brown. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium, where he's been smoking hot over in hockey this season. Tony Brown, what's happening today?
Tony T, what's going on, brother?
It's going great. Like you're sporting your silver and black, the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, man, I got to show support 24/7, 365, not just during the season. That's my squad.
Yeah, I know. I hear you. I hear you there. All right, here we go. We're going to the ice. I'm putting really good Stanley Cup hockey tonight here as the Avalanche will face the Blues. Boy, the Avalanche now up to 235, total of 6.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Avalanche in this one, and I'm going to go on the puck line. I don't like laying that type of juice in any sport, so I think the Avalanche take care of this one on the puck line, even if it's a late tied game or if the late Avalanche is up by 1. That pull goalie, man, they're pulling the goalie so early now. I think they'll get the empty netter, but this is just a case of, I don't know if you guys got big brothers or big siblings or something out there, but this is just a case of the big brother, little brother syndrome. St. Louis played the best game they possibly could. They went out on the road. They scored first. They tied it up late when the momentum was all against them and took it to overtime. Binnington stopped 51 shots. You know what I mean? He stood on his head. They did everything they could, and they still lost. And that was the third loss in a row to this team. They've only beaten Colorado once in the last 8 tries. Like I said, it's just big brother, little brother. No matter what they do, they just got the edge on these guys, and they can't seem to get past the Avalanche. The Avalanche is one of the better scoring teams in the league. They held them to way under their average. That's how they got it to overtime, and they just couldn't get it done. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think Colorado finds another way to get it done for the 4th time in the row, and this will be 8 out of 9. And like I said, that juice is too high. I don't want to lay minus 200 and some change. So I look for Colorado to be leading late at home and then get the empty netter goal to win this one by 2.
All right, we got Tony Brown here on the Avalanche here. The puck line minus 1.5 goals, plus 105 here against the St. Louis Blues because they're a huge favorite here. Yeah, one thing in that game 1, we saw 3 goals here from Colorado. But they after they smashed Nashville, they had 7 days off. 7 days off, so there might have been a little bit of rust. You only get 3 goals there, so you're looking for a little bit more offensive push here from this Avalanche team who just put a ton of goals up against the Nashville Predators.
Yeah, whenever you got that many days off, you always have the rest versus rust. And I've said it on several shows. In pro athletes, it always leads towards the rust side. You know what I mean? Like maybe college sports or something is good to get these kids some rest and get their mental focus or whatever. But these are pros, and They want to play. They want to stay fluid. 7 days off, it shows. They got scored on first at home, and they only put up a few goals. And now this will be the second game in 3 nights. I think they're ready. And like I said, anytime you beat somebody at a rate like that, you come in full of confidence. Especially when they played their worst game. I mean, it wouldn't be their worst game ever, but they didn't play good in game one. Period. And they still found a way to get a win for the 7th out of 8 times. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Not to mention, I mentioned Bennington stood on his head. Kuiper for Colorado. He wasn't no slouch either. So I even throw a little sprinkle on the under in this game. But the main play is Colorado on the puck line.
All right, we got Tony Brown here, Colorado puck line, -1.5 goals, plus 105 against the St. Louis Blues. This one will have a start time of 9:30 Eastern time. This one will be on TNT. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Stream here for tonight. We are putting up some monster numbers in the NHL this season. 1,563 units of profit, all documented. You can visit Pick Dog Stream, go to Tony Brown's handicapper page, go down to Pick History. All the plays are there for you to view. All right, Tony, we got still three left on the board here. Primetime baseball, 2 from hockey, the single NBA, even some WNBA. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I'm working on the WNBA. I think I'm going to take a stab at a couple WNBA games this year. I haven't really capped it before, but the couple games that I did pick, we nailed them. So I'm going to specialize in a couple little picks in that season. But for the most part, MLB, NHL, NBA, those 3 majors, they're all in play today, and I'm all over all 3 of them. You can get my NBA perfect play, my NHL perfect play, and my MLB perfect pick. You can get individual plays, or you can grab all 3 of those with the Thursday 3 play and really bang your bookie.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here in the NHL doing fantastic work. Get on board. He's got a pick up there from the NHL tonight, also an NBA perfect play. So get on board with those individual plays, or if you prefer, go long-term with Tony Brown. You can go with the 3, 7, and 30 Sports Pass. You get all of Tony's plays for that period of time. You select when you go to his profile page and make that purchase. He's in action with NBA, NHL. You see the great numbers there. MLB. So good time to get that 1-month All Sports Pass. It'll take you right to the end of the NBA Finals. June 18th, we should be concluded there with the NBA Finals by then. So you should the 1-month pass will include all of his NBA. But Tony Brown, you're in this every day, and there are bettors out there that in it every day. That VIP 1-year All Pass is the way to go.
Yeah, if you do it every day, or even if you don't do it every day, if you do a lot of sports, that's the thing. If you like to dabble in hockey, you like to dabble in the NBA, it's the only way to go. If you pay per play, per day, or per sport, you're going to spend a ton of money, way more than what I'm charging for that VIP year. And with the VIP year, you get every single play I release from every sport, playoffs, and the championship picks included. So there's no upselling to it. You don't have to buy any more after this. You pay one time, and you get the whole VIP 365 days of plays for one low price with my VIP season pass.
Yeah, so $1,300 for 12 months. That's about more. That's about $110, less than $3 a day. Just about $3.50 a day. So a good time to get on board with Tony Brown's 1-year All Sports Pass, available over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can even add the second capper with the 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. You can match up Tony Brown with Big Al, with Little Al, with myself, with Mitch. 2-for-1 cap promotion. Your best value there over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, Tony Brown, it's always great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again next week. Have you been contributing lately to that weekend show? I know it's early in Vegas. It's tough on a Friday night, Saturday night, having to circle in. Coming, got started at 7 a.m. local.
Yeah, no, I haven't been on the weekend show in a while. And then they had mentioned they were thinking about changing it to 10 a.m. my time and a 1 p.m. Morning show, but they still haven't done it. They did it at 7. But one of these mornings, I'll get up early, and then I can catch it. It's a great show. Lots of handicappers, Mitch and them doing their good thing. So one day I'll get up early, and hopefully they'll invite me on.
Well, the thing is I'm going to probably do it once I get in early. I think it's the best chance of Tony Brown coming home in time for the show than it is getting up for the show.
Touche. You're right. So I guess if I come in early enough, then maybe I can get on there.
There you go. Tony Brown here on the drive. All right, Tony Brown, enjoy Vegas for the weekend, and we'll talk with you again next week.
All right. Thanks for having me, Tony, and I'll see you guys next week.
You got it. Tony Brown here on the drive. So let's continue our coverage, guys. If you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. Chris Duvalo has moved now to the morning shows there with Mitch and Brian Biller. I'm running solo. Same format. We zip right through it anyway. We zip through all the cappers. So let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Next up is Shane Mickle. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Also does written contributions to Sports Chat Place. Let's go ahead and bring him in right now. I think we've got Shane ready to go here. Where do we go? Here we go. Here's Shane and Mickle. Shane, what's happening?
How's it going tonight, Tony?
It's going great. We got good action today. We've got NBA on the board, hockey on the board. We've been getting into this hockey playoffs, but tonight we're going to Major League Baseball with your pick here. As we're looking at we're not looking at Dodgers Diamondbacks, so we're looking here at the Diamondbacks and the Cubs here. This line has moved back and forth here with the Cubs favored, Dbacks favored. Let me just give you the current odds right now on this one. We've got Cubs now $1.25, total of 9.
Yeah, this line is moving in the wrong direction, but it's moving in the right direction, I think, for us in terms of value. You know, Zach Gallen's on the mound for the Diamondbacks, and if he was on the Yankees or the Red Sox or, you know, a bigger market team, they'd be talking about if he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. He's had 6 starts this year. Only one time has he given up more than 1 run, and that was 3 starts ago, and he only gave up 2 runs in that game. You know, he's getting completely disrespected with this number. Marcus Stroman, you know, a big name when he was with the Blue Jays and all the success he had there. But he's not the same pitcher he used to be. He's coming off a good start. Well, he's actually coming off the COVID list, but before that, his last start was good. But overall this season, he's been inconsistent. He's struggled. And I just don't see the Cubs giving Marcus Stroman enough run support here off of Gallen. You know, last time Gallen faced the Cubs, he didn't take the loss, but the Diamondbacks ended up taking the loss because of lack of run support for Gallen. But I don't see it happening here. I think the Diamondbacks score at least 4 or 5 runs against Stroman. And that's going to be enough to get the job done. Take the Diamondbacks as the underdog. All
right, we got the Diamondbacks here, plus 110 here against the Cubs. Yeah, this is kind of tricky. I think people are playing into they last saw. They last saw the Cubs having some success against the Pirates, even though they lost yesterday. I take that as a negative, losing 1 against 3 against the Cubs. You should sweep the Pirates. Really, really should do that based on the way the Pirates are playing. I don't give them a positive for that. But anyway, the weather here, we are seeing the winds now. They're moving. About a couple hours ago, the wind was 12 miles per hour blowing out. Now they're blowing from right to left. So we're starting to see some of this wind play a factor into it. I don't know if it's playing a factor of this game here, because when you look at Stroman's numbers, he does. You know, he's only stranding 55% of his base runners. So he doesn't. If guys get on base, they're almost scoring half the time against him.
Yeah, I mean, and definitely, and you know, the wind's not blowing out probably actually is a little benefit to the Cubs. You know, Gallen really hasn't been giving up many home runs this year, and Stroman at times has struggled with the home run ball. But yeah, I still, no matter which way the winds blow, you know, if you get on base against Stroman, you're coming around to score. So I think that's what happens here.
Yep, strand rate just 55%, 1.37 home runs per 5 innings for Stroman. So a little tricky there on the Cubs. I'm with you there. Dbacks plus 110 against the Cubs. This one will have a start time of, it's 8 Eastern time. You can watch 7:40 Eastern time over on MLB Network. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium here for tonight. Well, limited card, 3 games from baseball in prime time, 2 from NHL, 1 from the NBA. Well, I'll give a plug for the WNBA. We still got 2 games there. So what do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I've had 2 winners so far today in the MLB, and this Diamondbacks game would have actually been a premium pick, but I hated the rest of the board so much outside of my premium picks for tonight that I decided to save it and give it out here. But I've got 3 plays left: 1 MLB, 1 NBA, 1 NHL. Get the 3 plays together, $39.99. Or hop on something long term. You know, the weekend's coming up. The WNBA I'm about to hop into. I've waited a couple weeks to get some of these injuries figured out and get a good look at the teams. But I found a little bit of success last year in the WNBA. I'm going to continue that this year. So hop on something long-term. Let's make some money together.
Let's make some money here with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs Premium. And Thursday night sampler 3-pack, his best plays. He pulls a winner here for his best bets here from MLB, NHL, and NBA. Puts it together in a 3-pack, which is a really great value there for $39.99. Or if you choose, you can go with the long-term pass for Shane. 3, 7, or 30 All Sports Pass. You get all of his premium plays for that period of time. You select when you go over to his profile page and you make that purchase. Just into NBA betting, where you can get the remainder of the NBA season from Shane at an affordable price. Or if you're into the baseball, get the full season from Shane Mickle. We're going right into November, the final pitch of the World Series. So that includes postseason here. So there's still a lot of baseball left for just into May. And this is going to end probably sometime in late October, early November. So you do the math. There's a lot of baseball to be played here as you get on board with Shane Mickle's full season MLB pass available over at Pick Dogs. On those long-term passes, you get out a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Shane, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. Yeah, keep an eye on that WNBA. If you don't know this, the WNBA players fly commercial, so there's always going to be some issues with this COVID.
Yeah, definitely. And one other point about the WNBA, just because it might not be the MLB or NHL, there's always great value to be had in the WNBA. There's always good money to be made just because not as many people bet it. So even if I'm not giving out premium picks yet, I do all the write ups on the WNBA at Sports Chat Place. So go check out there. There's definitely money to be made.
That's the thing. When you write, you're forced to research it, so it gives you a little edge there when you're making your bet because you're forced into it. So that helps a lot there when you're looking at the WNBA. And while I will say this, with any sport, the WNBA, well, it's not true in all sports, especially in WNBA. There's so much line volatility with WNBA. You got to have multiple outs if you're going to bet WNBA.
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, you can see almost 2-3 points different from book to book, just with depending how much action they're getting. Because some books, get a lot of action, and some books, they might only take a few bets on the WNBA.
Yeah, so if you're thinking WNBA, get into Mitch's Picks, Dogs, Sports Chat, start opening, get him some accounts from these other books because you're going to need them because there's a lot of line difference in this sport. All right, Shane, have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you again next week.
Sounds good. See you next week, Tony.
You got it. Shane Mickel here on the drive through. Let's continue here. Tony T flying solo. Chris is moving the morning show with Mitch. You got Mitch, Brian Bittler, and Chris Ruffalo on the mornings. Let's continue on. By the way, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. We did get a pick from that NBA game between Celtics and Heat. If you miss it, we'll have it for you on the recap because McMordie let us off tonight and he gave that one out. Still more picks to come here. We'll also have a pick, a player prop from that game between the Heat and Celtics. So stay tuned for that. Right now, we're still on to baseball. So let's go ahead and bring in Ninos. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium, where he's been on fire here, showing great results here in the NHL, showing profit this year in Major League Baseball. So let's go ahead and bring in Ninos right now. I think we've got him ready to roll here. Al, what's happening?
Going pretty good. How are you?
Doing great. All right, here we go. It's top of the hour here. Red Sox here to host the Mariners. The Red Sox laying $1.25. Total sits at 8.5.
Yes, they are playing at home here, hosting George Kirby and the Mariners. Kirby was very, very impressive in his first start. Came back down to earth pretty fast in the second one. He was facing the Mets there. They've been pretty hot this season. He's going against a team that's woken up a little bit offensively, but still very inconsistent there. And I just think he bounces back a little bit. And I don't know. He only went 4 innings in his last outing, but did manage to complete 6 in his first start. And I think if he goes 5 here, we'll get a decent chance of winning this first 5 bet here with the Mariners. So this is where I like him. You could take him plus the half run and cash in case this is tied at the end of the first 5, but you're laying a bit too much juice there for my liking, so I'd rather just stick to the money line.
All right. So we got Ninos here on record with the Mariners. Go first 5 innings. You're getting plus here, plus 100 here against the Boston Red Sox. Yeah, Kirby is their guy, right? He's a prospect. He's come in strong. He put great work in the minors. 5 starts in the minors, ERA under 2, whip of .91, struck out 32 in 24 innings. And of course, the strikeout rate, not where it was in the minors, but he does get a lot of ground balls. Now, Rich over the hill, he's got a very low ground ball. He gives up a lot of fly balls. That's the one thing you got to worry about with these pitchers. With these pitchers get fly balls, especially in Fenway Park, especially when the weather's warming up a little bit. It'll be about 57 degrees. We're getting a little bit of a breeze though out in this game, Ninos.
Yeah, a little bit, as you said. It's not too strong blowing out, but that's not gonna hurt. He's not facing the toughest lineup either, but said Kirby should limit the Red Sox, so I don't think it'll take much for us to get to cash in the first 5 innings. And as far as Kirby's strikeouts, he struck out 7 in his debut and walked none, but it was just a 1 strikeout to 1 walk in his second start. So yeah, as I said, not as impressive in his second start, but he still has a lot of good stuff, and I'm really looking forward to see how he does. He bounces back from that second game.
All right, Mariners first 5 innings plus 100 against the Red Sox. This one will have a start time 8:30. This will have a start time over here at top of the hour, 7 p.m. Eastern time, over on the MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Ninos, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium, where you're putting up some fantastic numbers in the NHL this season. 2,200 and 4,700 units of profit, all documents. So if you visit Pick Dogs Premium, you go to Al's handicapper page. All the plays are there for you to see. They're graded immediately there. Also showing profit in MLB this year. All right, we've got a handful of games here from baseball, 3 in primetime, 2 from NBA, one from the NBA, 2 from the NHL, some WNBA. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, still no WNBA for me, but I do. My 3-pack went off too with my best bet in the MLB, but I do have my best NBA, my best NHL sold separately, and I do still have a player I like a lot in the MLB. If you grab a long-term pass or get the 2-for-1 capper specials.
That's right, guys. Get up over with Ninos over at Pick Dogs Prim. You see the numbers here from NHL. They've been fantastic. He's got plays up there. Heat, Celtics, Game 2. He's got that on a standalone play. Also a power play from NHL. Those 2 standalone plays are yours when you go over the profile page and you make the purchase. Long-term passes are a good value as well. You want to try them out for 3 days. Big El Ninos there with a 3-day all sports pass. All of his premium plays for that period of time you select. You go over to his profile page and make that purchase. You want to try them out for 7 days. We can go all in with the 30-day all sports pass. Now with those, you can add a second capper with a 2-for-1 capper promotion. It's even greater value there. All right, Al, it's always great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow. But I know you also contribute to the weekend shows.
Yep, should be on probably here tomorrow, but I'll be on the weekend shows probably Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern.
You got it. El Ninos here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on coverage here. Tony here as Chris now moves to the morning. So I'll be flying solo on the show. Just a reminder, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. If you're looking for the Celtics Heat ATS, we got it from you. Big L gave it up. He let us off, but we'll have that for you on the recap. We also have a player prop from that game, and it's time for it right now. So let's go ahead and welcome in Millz Young. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Millz has been doing great work there. You can also catch his show there. And let's bring him up right now on MMA. Millz, what's happening?
Man, how you doing out there today, Tony?
Doing great. All right, looking forward to the NBA and hockey and baseball today. But you're going to be looking at this game tonight as the Heat will be hosting the Celtics at 8:30. The Heat's coming down here. We're seeing one in Vegas. There's a pick'em someplace, total 207. But you'll be looking at a player prop in this one.
Yeah, man, I'm going to be looking at this player prop a little different, Everybody you're used to the duo when it comes to Boston. Just like the duo here at Pick Dogs Drive-Thru, you're used to Tony T and Chris Ruffalo, hosting the show. Sometimes, it got to be the Tony T show all by himself hosting it, So I'm going to be looking at this a little different, though, Those are the 2 targets you got to stop in that game, right? If you can shut down Jason Tatum, which you really can't. But if you can limit him and slow him down, you have a chance to win the game, especially with his partner over there, Jaylen Brown. If you can limit him too, you really have a chance to slow in the game. Perfect. Exactly what I want. I got a play for you. A smart play at that. I'm talking about Marcus Smart. Over 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists. One of the reasons why I like that is because he's not going to be your main focus offensively. You're going to let him shoot. If you're going to let him get 21 points if he has to. One thing that I love, sorry about the little camera issues and everything. The last 3 games, he hit that prop. I'm sorry about that. He hit that prop 3 times out of his last 5 games. He has that ability to do that just because he can give you 10 assists in a game. He can give you 6 rebounds. And on top of that, he can give you an average of 14 to 21 points anytime in any game. So I'm loving that player prop right now. The one thing about it, too, Derek White is out the game. So, that's going to free up a little bit more points for him and stuff like that, too, at that same position. So I love Marcus Smart over points, rebounds, and assists. Kyle Lowry still out for the Miami Heat. So, that's going to give him a little bit more ability to score offensively. Oladipo, he's not trying to shut anybody down. It's been the Jimmy Butler show. He's going to be on the road, but I got the play. I'm going with Smart over 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
There you go from Millz Young here with Marcus Smart over 23.5. Take his points, rebounds, assists, add them up. They hit 24 greater, you get the money. Yeah, when you look at this the schedule here, Boston has played every other day. This is the 6th time they're playing with just 1 day's rest. And one thing about Marcus Smart is he missed the last game, so he's actually coming in with a little bit more rest and a little bit more energy coming in this one.
Hey, that's a good point. Exactly. I like it. Because, I actually was looking at him last game, and he got rolled out right into practice, right in the shootout. So now he had plenty of time to sit down, relax, and like you said, come in fully energized, and he knows exactly, watching it from the sidelines, what they need to do to actually win this game too. I mean, Can't believe that, man. 20 to 22 run in the third quarter. Lost my goddamn premium play on the Boston Celtics that day, man. Oh man, yeah, I just can't, man.
Nope, that's a rough way to go. But here, Marcus Smart with the energy here. He's the one player that's got the rest. So will Horford, for that matter, too, right? If he comes in, who knows what this condition will be coming, what he has. With a little foot sprain for Marcus Smart, but he's actually do a little bit more. He's really, really one of those energy guys there for Boston. Over 23.5 points, rebounds, assists. And this one will have a start time over at 8:30 Eastern time. This one's on ESPN. All right, Mills, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium, where you've been the man in MMA this year. 1,030 units of profit. I know Bellator's and the UFC, a lot of times those two companies are head-to-head in action. One time you'll see them on Fridays, you'll see the other one on Saturday. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Man, yeah, man, it's been a good week over the weekend, everything like that. We got UFC coming this Saturday. It's gonna be starting at regular time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Already got one pick up there already as of today. You should get it now because that money line is going up. We're on the right side now, so get it early. I'm gonna be putting a three package out there. That's my best value on there. All my picks, you're going to get either a prop with it or a parlay, so stay in tune with it. But, yeah, man, we've been killing it, man. Check out our MMA show we just dropped yesterday with Brad Francis. I just interviewed one of the fighters that's fighting on the card this week, Eric Anders. He's fighting on the main card. He gave me a parlay during the interview that was plus 1,000, a three-fighter parlay. So, you can get that, yeah, just ask for it. But, yeah, so, I definitely got MMA covered this week. I love some of the spots on there as well. So, definitely, man, this week is going down. UFC Fight Night, Holly Holmes versus Caitlin Vieira.
There you go. Some good action tonight. This weekend here from UFC MMA here. Get on board here with Mills over at Pick Dogs Premium. UFC Takedown, Takeout right now is yours. Affordable pricing over there at Pick Dogs. Of course, you can get on board with Mills' 3-day pass. You get 3 days of picks from Mills. You got the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right? This is when you want to get. Then you get your MMA card in there. Affordable pricing, $79.99. And with that 3-day pass, get all those NBA, MLB, and of course this UFC card here for Saturday. That's a perfect pack to get here on a Thursday. And of course, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there, right? Mills, is always great having your show. Continue that success. I know you do contribute to the show on weekends, and of course you've got that big UFC show you do Wednesdays with Brad, and that drops, you say Wednesday, so there's a lot of shelf life still left with this one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Every Sundays you can catch us early morning. You can catch me a little bit later on there. We're breaking down all the best games, anything sports related in there. Not just that, giving you our best sports takes too, talking about anything that's even entertainment wise like that. Definitely don't want to miss that. And like I said, every Wednesdays is where you can catch our show. We do it live 7 p.m. Eastern. It's only about a 30-minute show. We break down the main card and we break down like 2 fights on the prelims. This is what we do. So you might want to watch the replay and might catch one. We break down our best pick, our best dog, and our lottery pick, our parlay. So we give you guys 3 different picks and dogs that we like. So far, man, we've been doing a good job. Just like Tony T's been doing a good job riding solo today, man, hosting it, man. I see you out there. Looks like you're missing your co-host and your partner, but you're doing a good job, man. I just want to tell you, man, you got it.
Right. Appreciate that. Mills, you and Brad do great work as well on that MMA show. Just fine work there. I know we catch you on Twitter, too. You can put some content up there as well.
Yes, sir.
That's right, guys. So check out Mills over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, Mills, have yourself a great evening and weekend, and we'll talk with you again next week. Pick Dogs.
All right, Tony.
You got it. Mills Young here on the drive. Let's continue on here with the show. Of course, guys, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. If you're looking for that Heat and Celtics ATS, well, we got it from the #1 capper over at Pick Dogs for 2022. Big Al McMordie gave us that pick. He led off the show, and we'll give it to you here on the recap. The recap will come in right after my pick. So let me go ahead and get my game information up here. And I'm going to look at here at a first 5 in this one. We're going to be looking here at the Ranger game. Let's get the information up for you here. Astros host the Rangers. Astros 220 total here of 7. And this one, I'm going to be looking at a first 5 in this game, and we'll be on. I'm going to take the Astros, lay the run in the first 5. You get plus 100 if it's tied. If they win by 1, if they're up by 1 after 5, it is a push. I understand that. I'm betting here for the Astros to be up by 2 or greater after 5 innings. I'll tell you why. Glenn Otto gets the start here for Texas. Otto in 4 starts has been kind of rough here. ERA of 6.38, WHIP of 1.42. Really bad control, over almost 12.5% walk rate. He's been hurt by the home run ball 2 home runs per 5 innings. Now, Framber Valdez, he'll get the start here for the Astros. 7 starts, ERA 2.93. His whip's low. It's 1.27. He does issues with walk. But one thing I like with Valdez is he's getting the ground balls here. 69% ground ball rate this year for Framber. He limits home runs. His velocity's up. Of course, we know the Rangers are coming in with some momentum here. But again, the Astros return home after winning 6 of 9 on the road. And we're not really going to mess with the bullpens here. We're not worried about them. I know the Rangers' bullpen has improved. That's why I'm kind of laying off. I wouldn't even think of the run line in this game. But I've got Otto against Valdez. I'm going to take Houston here to be up by 2 or greater after 5 full innings. When we get the first 5, you get the Astros 5th at bat here. It's not like a run line because if you take the run line, Astros may not get at bat here in the 9th inning, right? They're not. So you get the first 5 here with the Houston Astros minus the 1. And I like because I feel like I have the pitching edge here in that first 5 with Otto versus Valdez. The Ranger bullpen has shown some improvement this year when you look at their numbers. So they're a little better than they were the last few seasons. So and I know the Astros bullpen has been solid, but I don't want it to go 9. I'm just going to take the first 5 here in this one. Guys, check out Pick Dogs Premium. I have a 3-pack up there. I have my best bet from the NBA, my best bet from Major League Baseball. And that's right, I got a best bet for my first NHL release tonight. Yes, I've been following the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. I love it a lot. And I have a best bet there together in a 3-pack, so you can get on board with that. I also have the long-term passes, my 3, 7, and 30-day All Sports patch. You can get on board with me over at Pick Dogs Premium. Follow the link in the description. Click the All Cappers tab. You'll find me there amongst the cappers over at Pick Dogs. You're over there with my long-term passes. I'm also part of the 2-for-1 cap promotion, so you can match me with guys like Millz, with Big Al, Little Al, Shane Mickle, as well as Tony Brown. 2-for-1 cap promotion is your best value over at Pick Dogs. All right, let's continue on here with the show, and let's see what we've got here. A lot of good comments up there. We should share some with you again here. Looks like Merrill Harris agrees with the Rangers in trouble. Let's see here. Well, we're getting a lot more here from some of them. Let's see here. I love the Astros. He's think it's easy win for. Oh, Bobby G disagrees, which is okay. He likes the Rangers. All right, let's continue on here with the show. Now it's time for the recap. So let's go ahead and recap the picks from today's show. We started off with Big Al McMordie. Here we go. He was on the Celtics plus 1.5. It's not minus 1. Plus 1.5. Do your shopping. Matter of fact, we even heard it in Vegas. As Big Al, if you missed this segment, the Westgate in Las Vegas had this one at a pick'em. That's right, had him. So do your shopping. Get the best number in this one. He says Celtics plus 1.5 against the Heat. Tony Brown was Colorado Avalanche on the puck line, minus 1.5 goals, plus 105 against the St. Louis Blues. Shane Mickle was on the Dbacks, plus 110 against the Cubs. Ninos, Mariners, first 5 innings, plus 100 against the Red Sox. Yours truly, the Astros, minus 1, first 5 innings at plus 100 against the Rangers. And the one I like the most here will be, I will side here, just a couple of them that I like. I'm gonna go here with Shane's pick with the D-backs plus 110 against Cubs. I like Gallen in this spot, and again, Stroman has done a poor job of holding base runners. Almost half of his base runners are scoring runs this year. 55% strand rate. Gallen has been a stud, so I'll be looking here at this D-backs plus 110 against Cubs. That's my favorite one here. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in 8 cappers, book them on the show, giving out live free sports picks for the games in prime time. Don't forget this weekend, you want to tune in live, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. It's the morning show. You got Mitch, you got Brian Bittler, you got Chris Ruffalo. The Drive-Thru crew joins, and many from the Drive-Thru crew, like Big Al. We got El Ninos. A lot of them join in. Chris will be on the show. Check it out. A lot of free picks there at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on that morning show. All right, let's go ahead. Let's bring in our crew here from this evening show. Good night to you guys. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk with you again tomorrow live. We'll talk to you Monday live at 3 Eastern.